everyone, and welcome to Tinfoil Wednesday. How's everyone doing? Hope you're having a wonderful week so far. Sorry I haven't seen you so far this week. I wasn't feeling very good Monday, and then Tuesday I had to work, and this is the best I felt in like a month, because I went from, the hospital stay, and then I was sick, like, with my stomach, and then I was sick with, like, a flu or something. This is like the first day I felt normal in a while. Last Sunday, we tried to do a stream and I had to get off because my meds weren't working again. But Monday, I was able to go to the doctor and they were able to fix that again. So that's good. I'm doing good. Sorry I got a little self-deprecatey again, like during the weekend. I just was not feeling very well, but I'm doing good now. Happy to be here. Very happy to have a whole batch of new tinfoil nonsense to take a look at. Should be fun. So, I'm wearing my 80s outfit, very cute, very excited to get into some of the stuff today. We are doing, just so you guys know, I am doubling all tips today, so if you use the tip link specifically and use the PayPal thing to leave a tip, those are all doubled today, and I believe tomorrow I'm going to be doing it as well. Just because I have some expenses, like I said, the ambulance ride to the hospital, I thought they weren't going to charge me. Turns out they charged me. So if you want to help out with that, and for us to get to our next tip goal, which is a batch of new costumes, as much as I love the ones we have now, we always have room for expansion. So once we get to the next tip goal, we are going to do some more costumes, which is very exciting. So if you want to do that, use the tip link. And I can't double them like when you do it immediately, but I will double them at the end of every stream. So like tomorrow's stream, any tips we get today will be on here and doubled. So anyway, with that out of the way, you guys know the other stuff. Like the stream on YouTube, I'd really appreciate it. And we can jump right into it. We are on a hype train, so let's see what I missed in chat. Phoenix2250 with 39 months says, which anniversary is this? Gold? Silver? A purple stone for Hannah? I enjoy stones and purple things, so that would be appropriate. Demon Trigger, thanks for 3 months, says, hope you're having a good one, everyone. I'm doing pretty well. Hope you're having a good one, too. Mr. Blast, thanks for gifting a sub. Much appreciated. Terradona, thanks for 48 months. Sweet Lily Love with 100 bits says, hey, Hannah, hope you're feeling better. I am feeling much better. Thank you. Stone Corbell, thanks for 66 months, says, Hannah. That is my name. Nemesaur, thanks for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Rick M., with 30 months says, hi, I'm Hannah. Some people think I'm funny, smart, and entertaining enough to watch me wear silly costumes and talk about crazy people on the internet. Sometimes they make me say funny things like this as well. Hey Amber, how's it going? NSE333 with 14 months says 13, yay. Lucky or unlucky, depending on how you feel about that particular number, meaning it's just a number. Wow. Zrinti with a $50 tip says, Amberlance. Thank you very much. Like I said, all tips today and tomorrow are going to be doubled, so that $50, well, it only is $50 right now on here, I will add another 50 at the end of stream today, making it a cool hundo. So thank you very much. We should hopefully be getting to the new costume goal soon. All right, so with all that housekeeping out of the way, let's jump right into it, shall we? I don't think we've looked at Sky Prince in a little bit. Sky Prince, of course, is the medbed dealer, not dealer. She is the medbed scammer who has made it her mission to go online and sell false hope to countless sick and elderly individuals everywhere. This is pretty brief. I did have a few things to say about it, though. This is her latest medbed update. This is from 5 days ago, and it is only about 4 minutes long. So let's take a quick listen to that.
There are no updates for there are no updates for medbeds.
That could have been the end of the video, couldn't it? The title is Medbed Update 16/12/25, and the first thing she said is, no. Kinda seems like you didn't need to make a video, but what do I know?
Right now, and there hasn't been for quite a while, and the reason is they are ready. The medbeds are ready. They're just waiting for the green light, just like the RV is supposed to be ready, and we're waiting for the green light for that.
I just want to point out how immoral this is in theory. Of course, none of this is true and med beds aren't real, so it's not that big of a deal either way. Yes, shilling scamming on the bingo card, of course. But it is interesting morally that in the mythology of this conspiracy theory, the governments of the world, aliens, whatever, have the ability, have the technology to fix every person on Earth and keep them from dying, keep them from pain, keep them from being sick. And they just aren't doing it for reasons. Like, that would be terribly immoral, would it not? Every day people die. Every day people are dying, and you, in your mythology, have the ability to save them, and you're just not. 'Cause? I don't know. Seems a little messed up to me, but I guess I'm not in touch with the Galactic Federation like Sky is, so maybe I'm just not big-brained enough to get it. Generdy with a 50 stream streak says, I'm glad you're feeling better because I want to share a random Isle of Wight where I live, or Wight rather, where I live fact. There's an old house ruin where people swear they've seen lions on top of the gate posts. This picture shows the loaves of bread, which are the only thing there's any evidence there's ever been. There are other weird stories about the site, but its message is already too long. So they think these things look like lions, but they're bread? Okay. England doesn't feel like a real place. Is it England? For some reason, the Isle of Wight made me assume England. I have no idea, though. I just assumed your nationality. Hydrate, will do. Anyway, back to Sky. Where was she? There she is. Hey, Trey, how's it going? It is part of the UK? All right, I made a correct call. Hell yeah.
That's it. I'm not going to give you hopium. I'm not going to give you hope.
Of course not. You're not giving her money. You need to give her money for her to sell you hope.
That's not
Oh, that's actually a pretty good emote I got. Glitch emote. That's pretty good.
my job. My job is to give you information and to educate you about the med.
Whoa, Nemesaur with a $100 tip, which will be doubled to 200, says, so I should be doubling my tips. Okay, then. Thank you so much, Nemesaur. Thank you. We'll be relatively close to the end of the tip goal by tomorrow. Hell yeah, thank you.
Beds. I've done that for 5 years. And I'll continue to do that as long as I'm needed. But at the moment, I'm not needed because I've done my job and...
I've done my job. I've come here. I've given you empty promise after empty promise. And now, I guess I don't know what plan the part, like C of the plan is. A, promise you a bunch of bullshit I have no hope of giving you. B, take your money. C, didn't think this one through.
The information's all there. There's no updates. There's no changes. It's just we're waiting for the green light. That's it. Now, have you noticed that all the medbed posts going around, they're not updating anything either. And all they're doing is regurgitating the same information. They're just dressing it up to make it sound like it's new. It's not. It's not. If you look at
C is abscond with the money. Too easy.
the information,
I never take a step C that's too easy.
really look at it.
The thing she's bringing up is a little funny and isn't untrue, by the way. A lot of the stuff that other medbed scammers put in their videos, these days they're generally AI videos, of course. It is stuff that's just stolen from her. She is... I don't like to give anyone who's a scammer credit, but unfortunately things have gotten so bad I almost need to, just to show the sheer emptiness of current scams. So she's a scam artist, and she is a bad person, but I'll give her this. She does a little bit of creative writing. Is it good creative writing? Not really, but she is at least trying to come up with a narrative to sell people. Other scammers below her on the totem pole or hierarchy of scam artistry, whatever you want to say, just steal her ideas. So she's not incorrect in that a lot of scam artists only insert new information into their scams when she does. But that's just because a lot of scammers are lazy. And I'm not saying she's not lazy, but I think there's some level of something in her that makes her want to self-aggrandize and makes her want to be seen as this hero. So it behooves her to make up new stuff from time to time to continue to get the attention. Steve with a Q says, so she's the scam artist, they're scam copycats. Basically, yes. The fact that it's AI also probably means a lot of the stuff that is written might not even be written by a human being. It's possible that AI, and this is depressing to even think about, but in terms of all of the media that has been plagiarized by AI companies in order to develop their models, Sky's stuff is probably in there. So if you ask an LLM to write you some scam thing, you'd have to phrase it differently probably, because you couldn't probably say, write me a scam prompt. Although maybe you can, I don't know, I don't use LLMs. I'd hope you can't do that. But, anyway, if you asked it to write you a story about med beds, it would probably give you mythology from Sky, because she's the one out here on the internet writing the material. You know what I mean? And if they're just stealing from the internet. Generty with 100 bits says, screw it, buying bits to clarify. People swear the gates are topped by actual stone lions to the point where people have legit gotten mad when they can't find pictures to prove it. Yes, the Isle of Wight is weird. As I said, this house has all sorts of stories around it. Maybe one day I'll brave being on stream to explain all the weird shit around it. It gave me the photo. It gave me Silent Hill vibes. It gave me Silent Hill, but the UK. Am I close?
It's exactly the same information, just worded differently to make it sound like it's new, to make you all excited to gain clicks and likes and followers. Oh, new up medbed information. Nope, same information, just worded differently. And there's a reason for that. 99% of people get their information from me. And if I'm not updating and giving new information, they have nothing.
This would be like if I made up a story about, like, gnomes that live inside of, like, bottles of ibuprofen, and I got a following that really believed it, and then a bunch of scammers came out and started cribbing off my material, and then I was like, I'm the only real source of ibuprofen bottle gnomes. No one knows what I know. Doesn't mean you're right. Doesn't mean it's true. You just live and operate in such an obscure, strange online space that there's no one competing with you on the same level. It's not impressive, it's sad.
They have nothing to say. So, in order to keep their followers engaged, they take the same information and turn the words around and go, oh, look, here's new information. No, it isn't. It's the same old boring crap. Okay? So
the same old boring crap. You're calling your own material boring crap? That seems like a bad call.
please don't fall for all the hopium and the dressing up of old information, believing it's new, because I guarantee you
don't fall for their crappy hopium, only fall for Sky's grade A hope aid.
Is no new information, and there won't be. There won't be. The only new information...
How does she say she got her expertise in medbeds? She claims that she is in contact with the Galactic Federation, which are the aliens, sort of think the Federation from Star Trek, but without humans. Yet, I guess, in this mythology. She says that the Federation tells her all of this stuff, and that she is instrumental in helping get these medbeds, what's the word I'm looking for? Distributed throughout the planet.
Information will be the green light.
Her hoped and all.
Right.
That'll do it.
That's it. The only new information will be those phone numbers to call, those national phone numbers. That's it. Okay? So, I know it's hard waiting. I know it's a pain in the butt, but sit back, relax, know that it'll come at the right moment, and there's nothing we can do about it in the meantime to make it go any faster. There just isn't. So live your life, enjoy, and stop trying to wait for something. Okay, go out and live.
H. Baird says, if the Federation is real, can I go to Starfleet Academy? Only if I can go too. Isn't it incredible that one of the most outlandish sci-fi concepts from Star Trek is now that there's a concerted, powerful government entity that genuinely has the, like, goodwill for humanity at the heart of the organization, and they really just want to help everybody and, like, do good things and explore and expand human knowledge and, like, go on a search for truth. Like, I'd straight up believe warp travel is real before I think that's a real thing. That's fucking hilarious.
Of your life. All right. Now, the one thing that you can do while you're waiting for the med beds, and don't wait, but while you are waiting, is go and learn about consciousness. Go and learn about life. Go and enjoy life. Now, I have one class left for the rest of the year, and this is not a selling. This is the absolute final Arton and Relloc channeling. I asked them if they would come back for one more for the final of the year, and they said, last. This is absolutely it. So I'll put the description in the link. I'll put the link in the description of this video and in the comments. Don't miss it. It's going to be amazing. Okay, it's going to be amazing. It is their final ever appearance. Okay, so they give information. They don't have a filter. They don't give a crap what the Galactic Council or the Earth Alliance says. You ask a question, if they choose to, they will answer it. Honestly, no strings attached, no BS. Okay, that's this Friday, Sydney time. Okay, so make sure you don't miss it. All right, that's all for me right now. I'm about to do a class, so enjoy your day. Bye.
Again, those are classes she charges money for. I talked about this in my medbed video. But her grift is basically telling people med beds are on the way and the med beds are free, but you need to have a high spiritual experience in order to be able to interface with the med beds correctly. So she charges money for classes for people to get on higher, like, energy levels. It's basically woo-woo spiritual classes, but she claims they're necessary to interface with the med beds. It's kind of a weird roundabout scam. Anyway. H. Baird with 40 bits says, with how often the Federation government gets infiltrated, my guess is that their whole government is a foreign agents that accidentally keep each other in check, thus allowing science to go forward. Oh, like Mr. Burns, how he has every disease, but they all stop each other from killing him because they're all competing to kill him? Sure, why not? Yes, shilling on the bingo card for Sky, as well as believes sci-fi technology exists on the bingo card. Let's see. Let's mark those off the bingo card real quick. We have believe sci-fi technology exists, shilling scamming. Oh, this is kind of funny. This is a... Did I show this to you guys already? If so, let me know. I might have. It's a pretty short video, so I don't remember if I did. But this is a conspiracy theorist who thinks chemtrail conspiracies are a conspiracy. As in, he doesn't think chemtrails are real. He thinks that people talking about chemtrails is a conspiracy the government started, I think in order to make conspiracy theorists look bad.
Alright, this is an interesting video. We're going to take a look at some hints and clues.
You ever get so wrong you accidentally get closer to being right than you were originally?
That chemtrails are 100% fake. They are some kind of deception. So chemtrails supposedly first started popping up in 1997.
Okay, I did show you this. Okay, I don't need to show it again then.
We are almost 30 years later.
It's pretty short. Maybe I will show it in case people didn't see it.
And who is the person that influenced you or started educating you on the whole chemtrail thing? and that would be Alex Jones, which is the greatest.
It is so funny to me that Alex Jones has gotten so popular that even conspiracy theorists don't trust him, because their worldview precludes you from believing that anyone with enough power or influence is on your side. So Alex Jones is a public enough figure that they assume he just has to be in on it, because for any of their conspiracies to work, every powerful person with any amount of money or influence would have to be in on it. He's a victim of his own success, to some degree. Green Guy with a $10 tip says, Hannah, I was thinking the meaning of badass has changed since I was a kid. As a kid, badass was like John McClane, but now, as a 41-year-old adult, I hear badass and I think that must be a hot butt. I have never heard anyone interpret badass that way. But whatever you say, Green Guy. Also, I don't know if you heard, but we are doing double tips. So that $10 counts for $20 towards the costume goal. So thank you, Green Guy.
Disinformant or whatever that controlled opposition guy ever. It was a lot. It was so much fun back in the day when they're coming for your guns. They're going to take you to a FEMA camp. Oh my gosh, I better go load up on guns. And oh my gosh.
It's happening to Candace Owens now too. Her fans are starting to turn on her and it's hilarious. I have such a blind spot for the Candace Owens stuff, and I feel like I've shirked responsibility for this, because like pretty big in the conspiracy space right now are still the Charlie Kirk assassination conspiracies because of Candace Owens. And she's out here talking about the French government is trying to kill her because she thinks she exposed that Macron's wife is secretly his dad that transitioned and is in an incest marriage with him. It's a lot. It's a lot of conspiracy shit, and I just don't ever cover it because I find Candace Owens to be incredibly obnoxious, and it's so political, it just pisses me off. Yeah, you guys don't know that? Yeah, okay, so Candace Owens was transvestigating Macron's wife, and for whatever reason, I don't know the specifics, ended up claiming that Macron's wife is secretly his dad that had transitioned and is now his wife. It's his dad wife. Anyway, that's a blind spot of mine. I don't know much about it. Like, I don't know specifically why she's claiming those things. Obviously, they're not true. But I don't know why she even is claiming these things. But yeah, she's kind of brewing a civil war on the right, at least a mini one. I know Tim Pool freaked out on her recently. Did you guys see that? I'll actually pull it up real quick just because it's absolutely insane. Because he, like, freaked out the other day. Let me see if I can just find the clip.
Tim Pool, he chimped out on Candace Owens. Well, he's on a lot of stress.
Can I get it without the commentary? I know the irony.
Candace Owens is a f***ing evil scumbag. She is a degenerate.
Oh, Green Guy says, why double tips? Are you poor? Are you doing okay? I mean, I am pretty poor, but I'm not destitute. No, it's mostly to pay for like the ambulance and stuff and for to help out with the time I had to take off, which you guys already did tremendously, but just there's still a little short. So I'm just doing double tips today and tomorrow to help make up for it. But I don't want to talk about it too much. Yeah, he called her the C word.
She is burning everything down, and she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you told me? She has no security. She doesn't deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. She's making everyone else suffer, and all of these conservatives out there that send me these messages have no...
This would have made a great MAGA cope.
No balls to call her out. More and more people have started doing it. They send me these messages. Good for you, Tim. Good for you, Tim. I wasn't the first person to do it. I'm not going to take credit for that. But don't DM me like I did something for you as you cower, scared that she'll put you on her thumbnail and claim you benefited from Charlie Kirk's assassination, which he's doing to me right now.
Yeah, that was the...
I'm done with these people.
She has security, just not on the level of you.
Oh, yeah, the one fat guy you mentioned with no wall and no barrier in a suburban neighborhood with neighbors. She doesn't give two No one's out for her. She's lying about all of this. You told me you went to her house and she's got a 4-foot wall and one fat guy, and she doesn't give a about her security. Meanwhile, I get bullets fired at my property and I have to go live in the middle of nowhere.
Weren't the cops unable to corroborate his story about his house getting shot at too, or something? I don't know. I shouldn't even say that without having more specific information. But wasn't there some weird thing about that where people were questioning the getting shot at narrative?
And I got strangers coming up to my house in Maryland, breaking in. I got people showing up and beating up the residents who try to live there. How the am I even supposed to sell this property?
How am I supposed to sell this property? Tim Pool, a man who's very in touch with the common people. Very concerned about how to sell his multi-million-dollar piece of property. Anyway. Terradona says the Beanie is working overtime to contain the flames. He's the angriest high school dropout I've ever seen. That man dropped out of high school. Was it middle school even? What grade did Tim Pool drop out in? Was it 8th grade? Am I being hyperbolic, or did that man drop out of school in the 8th grade? It was some really ridiculous number. Like, it wasn't even like his senior year of high school. Was it 8th grade? I didn't even know you could legally drop out of school in 8th grade. I didn't even know that was legal.
I better go get prepared. They're going to
Anyway, I digress.
crash the system. They're spraying. They're raining things down on you. They're chemtrails. They're going to kill you with the
Chemtrails on the bingo card.
chemtrails, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so
His parents let him? Oh, they must be classy people.
guy's job is to deceive you. His job, he gets paid a lot of money to misdirect you and deceive you. And let's take a look at some hints and clues that chemtrails are a big hoax. They are a hoax, all right? So first of all, after 30 years...
Could you maybe try the link again, Harold Elbelman? Because I don't think it's... Oh, wait, is it working for me? Let me look. Or was it this? Yeah, that link won't work for me. Could you maybe try and send it again? Where the heck was that? Of course, I lost it.
years of being rained on with supposedly aluminum and barium and other
He
toxic
dropped out at 14. Like a child. He's a child.
chemicals. You would start to see little, dandelions or little ladybugs, tiny little insects would start to die. There'd be little missing fur or, cancerous agents all over these poor little tiny critters.
Okay, we definitely did watch this because I remember talking about the furry creature thing. Let me mark chemtrails on the bingo card real quick. I'm trying to stay more up to date on the bingo card and do it as we go, so I'm not having to do a bunch every time we do it. There we go. Oh, is this a chart that is about their current relationships? Candace Owens and Tim Pool, angry face. Candace Owens, Milo, happy face. Candace Owens, Loomer, angry face. Oh, you guys can't see the left. There's a column on the left. That's the which influencer it is. That's too good. That's so good. Peep Lord with 40 bits says, Hannah, Clandis is reporting this because it absolutely is true and not because she's trying to gobble up all that Charlie Kirk show audience, then got threatened by Eric KKK Kirk, definitely not JD Vance's fetus mama, into calming down her conspiracy theories, and now her ravenous dipshit audience is so hungry for more, they're going to eat her alive. She's definitely not effed in the situation of her own sociopathic design. Also, she's definitely not a bitch. Gender agnostic version. I grant you the ability to call her a bitch. It's fine. I know you didn't mean it in that way. Dillis Filler with 40 bits says, I'm calling this the spreadsheet of beef. Beef. Anyway, let's do something. Shall we?
Anoint you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and send
It's everyone's favorite exorcist.
to Jesus Christ. I want you to look at me.
Oh man, this is like a kid too. They're young.
I mean, you need somebody.
They're like 17 years old tops. I would put money on closer to 16. Jesus
else from the team
Christ.
here. Come up here and help me.
What
Yeah,
the
it's fine
fuck?
if we have a couple. All right, look at me.
Maybe young looking early 20s. I don't know. But holy shit.
Yeah, Maria.
Good job on that winged eyeliner though. Holy shit.
Look at me.
Hold this arm. Like this around her arm.
Get away from her. Get away from her. Get away from her.
No,
Will Bob ever retire or die? Jezebel is keeping him alive because they have a really sick will they won't they thing going on. He doesn't know it. He's not into it, but Jezebel super into Bob. She wants their back and forth to go on forever. Cat and mouse.
Away from her. I know who you are. I know who you are. Get away from
Cat and sex demon.
her.
get away from her.
Get away. Don't look at me.
You don't even want to look at me. Get your eyes open
Don't
and
look at me.
get your eyes open and look at me. Where's my cross? Get your eyes open and look at me. Behold the cross of Christ.
Behold! Behold! You can buy those on his website, by the way. He has official Bob Larson crucifixes, so you too can look like a douchebag while yelling at community theater actors.
No. Get away.
Don't let her back up. Bring her back over here. Okay,
Ah!
look at me.
No. No. No.
Green Guy says it was 58 degrees Fahrenheit today, so I weeded all the dead stuff and the sleeping weeds. What's a sleeping weed? It was 28 degrees Fahrenheit 2 days ago, but rain is coming, so it'll warm up. Yeah, it's warmed up a little bit here too, which I'm worried about because there's a leak in the ceiling and the landlords are taking a while to fix it. And the leak is precariously above some of my movies. If any of my movies are damaged, I will be very upset.
Who are? Tell me. Who speaks?
But Hannah, move the movies. I'm aware.
Who screams? Who is this? What is your name? What is your name?
It sucks too, because it's like it's my Criterion collection. Like a lot of it's my expensive ones.
What is your name? Get your eyes down and look at me.
I really do need to move that shelf, at least temporarily.
Who are you?
Oh shit, Hannah mentions Blu-rays. Fuck. Dregery Term with 145 bits says, I lost my job a few days ago. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Says, here's what I have left in the bits vault. Hope you've been doing good lately. I'm doing a little bit better, and I hope that you are able to find something soon. Wow, words are hard. A reasonable suggestion.
Just witchcraft? You can't.
Quick F. Are we back? Someone said back. Cool beans. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why that's happening. I actually reset the stream or reset the internet right before stream today to try and avoid this, so I apologize. Gothgeek Gaming with 40 bits says, Bob charges for crucifixes? I could probably find better ones at Temu. Unironically, probably.
Jezebel's with me.
Jezebel?
She's with me.
Who's with Jezebel?
You can see me but not hear me? Can everyone not hear me? Just to be clear, I want to make sure before because I'll have to stop and restart, and I want to make sure. Back, 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 I can hear you. Okay, cool.
Oh, no.
Sorry about that.
Who's
I feel
with
bad for VOD viewers when this happens, too.
Jezebel?
I'm not telling.
What?
See, some people are saying they can't hear me, and some saying they can't, so maybe refresh, although you can't hear me say that, so.
You won't know.
Who's with Jezebel?
I'm not telling you. Legba's here.
What?
Legba's here.
Legba.
Legba's here. Beelzebub.
Yeah.
Oh, Beelzebub's with me.
Look at me.
Beelzebub!
Wait.
Oh, that was a good little growl. Ah!
Beelzebub's with me.
Look at me.
Beelzebub.
Oh, I'm no dentist, but that occlusion is immaculate.
Wait. Papa Legba.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
Hold this. Papa Legba.
What do you want?
Hoodoo.
What?
Papa Legba? Like from... I'm about to show my ignorance. Like from Princess and the Frog? I gotta assume that's a real thing in voodoo, and not just a thing from Princess and the Frog, right? Annie Kai, thanks for 55 months.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Give me the
Can you tell I don't know anything about voodoo?
Bible. You know what Papa Legba doesn't like? Knocking off his top hat.
Okay, the timing on that was perfect. Green Guy says, in my mind, the only place there are not Blu-rays in your house is the bathroom and the stove. You're not that off, to be honest. And Goth Geek Gaming says, the real Jezebel is the friends we made along the way. Alternatively, the real Jezebel was inside of us all along. H-Baird says, my money is on Bob telling her this was a community theater audition.
Doesn't like knocking off his top hat.
Don't knock off his hat! He doesn't like that! She gets so loud.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Get your head up and look at me. Get your head up and look at me.
Obey.
And I cut the cane that he walks with.
She's better than a lot of the adults that he has do this. I'm not gonna lie. She's probably in, like, drama or something in school. She can improv, you know? She gets it. Jay's a Proxy with a 335 stream streak says, every time he says Jezebel, my brain goes to Bender when he becomes a folk star and gets with Jezebel. Also 665 to go.
You probably have no clue what I'm doing. But it's the chief spirit of voodoo.
What do you want from me?
He always comes with a cane, a top hat, and Natalie dressed. Legba, do you and Jezebel rule this kingdom?
No, it's not me.
Look at me.
It's not me.
Well, who? Who besides you is more powerful, Papa Legba?
It's Lucifer.
Who?
Lucifer.
Oh, okay.
Wow, she's like confident in her performance too. She's looking him right in the eye.
Let's talk to Lucifer.
A lot of the people he gets to do this, you can kind of tell are like kind of embarrassed or something, but she's like into it. She's got this.
No. He's not going to talk to you.
Get your head around and look
He's
at me.
not going to talk to you.
Get your head around and look at me.
No.
You said no while looking at him. You failed.
Lucifer?
What?
The crucifix right up to her neck like a threat. Just once, I want to see Bob actually jam that into someone's neck like he's fighting a deadite.
Is Lucifer looking at me now? I want Lucifer to look at me. I command it by Christ. Lucifer, look at me. This woman does not want you. This woman, look at me, does not
Oh, he is very close to like grabbing her by the hair. Jesus Christ. I'm a little uncomfortable with that.
I don't care.
That's why she's here tonight.
I don't care.
She has turned to Christ.
I
She
don't
has
care.
been baptized.
I
She is
don't
following
care.
God.
I don't
well,
care.
you know that doesn't give you any rights left to her. Look at me, Legba and Lucifer.
They both start with an L. Coincidence? I think not.
When she came here tonight, it was enough of a step of faith to weaken you. You have no right to be there.
Stop.
You stop. Now look at me, Lucifer.
No.
Sorry, the idea of Satan just being like, stop. Stop it. Stop.
Look at me.
No.
Now, I take that 3 full cord and I bind Papa Legba to Lucifer. Now,
What?
get your head up and look at me. This woman does not want you. And I don't think we need a deep conversation here. She is now following Christ. She's done her best to turn her back on all this, but
Just a Peach says, do I remember when he would shove Bibles up people's asses? I don't recall that. I think I would recall that.
nobody confronted you, and that's the
Oh, hell yeah, Chicken Bacon Swiss. You got the Umbrella release of Dogma before they pulled it. Yeah, that's some bullshit. For those that don't know, Umbrella puts out really great Blu-ray sets. They're putting out one for Dogma. They're based out of Australia, though you can order in the USA and have it delivered internationally. But Lionsgate, the film company, is putting out their own American edition of Dogma, and they basically emailed Umbrella and made them take down the ability to purchase their edition of Dogma from the United States. Really ridiculous stuff.
issue you hear.
So fuck you, Lionsgate, you absolute douchebags.
Now get your head down and look at me and say, I, Lucifer and Legba. Say it. I command you.
No!
Say,
She does good at the noises. Diddless Fiddler says, I'm surprised Bob hasn't actually hurt or recklessly endangered someone enough in these exorcisms to get sued. Okay, too loud, too loud.
look at me. Say, I, Lucifer and Legba.
No.
I command you.
No.
People of God.
The delicious taste of Charleston Chew. Goth Geek Gaming says, what if Bob came across a supernatural TV show level possession? I think he'd have no idea what to do. Have you ever seen, I think it's called The Last Exorcism or something? It's about a fake TV exorcist actually having to face demonic possession, and it's pretty good.
Agree. According to Matthew 18.
Netflix is delisting She-Ra next month. I still need to watch it. I met someone super nice in the hospital when I was there last month, and she was super, super into She-Ra, and she demanded that I watch She-Ra, and I shall.
20. Obey the will of God. Lucifer and Legba, look at me. Say I, Lucifer.
And yeah, I'd have to pirate it. I don't pay for Netflix. I don't like Netflix as a company.
Lucifer and Legba. Say it. Maria, make him say it. I, Lucifer and Legba. I, Lucifer and Legba. And Legba. Look at me.
And
No
Legba.
further claim
Have no further claim
to this woman.
to this woman.
Look at me. She has chosen to follow Christ.
I hate it. I hate it.
She has chosen to follow Christ. Say it.
She has chosen Christ.
Look at me.
Ah!
Look at me. So we cannot stay. We cannot stay. Say it. We cannot stay. Get your eyes open and look at me. Say, we cannot stay. Say it.
I want to point out that the title of this video is This Woman Needed 2 Exorcisms, Part 1. So apparently this exorcism doesn't do it. I guess she has to come back
We cannot
for like a follow-up appointment.
stay. I command you to say it. We cannot stay.
She's a C-list actor. For Bob, that's pretty good. He normally gets like the Y list or even the Z list.
No.
Yes, get your head up and look at me.
No.
You've already identified yourself. Say, we
No.
cannot stay.
No.
Say it.
Ah!
Maria, make them say, we cannot stay.
You cannot stay. Get out.
Look at her.
Ah!
Hang on to her. Don't let her back up. Vince, get behind her. Grab a hold of her. She's too strong. Tell me. All right. Look at me. Look at me. Look at
Andronicus Khan says, maybe it's a lack of imagination, but in the framework of a universal war over reality between heaven and hell, I don't really understand where making teenage girls say weird stuff fits into Satan's strategy. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's like narcissistic to think that A, any of this exists, but B, specifically that it pertains to you. There is a cosmic battle going on, and you're very important in it. It's narcissistic. Dillis Filler with 80 bits says has to get the stitches out in the next appointment. T with Goblins with 100 bits says watched Predator Borderlands last night. Housemate stuck it on and I was baked and like, yeah, whatever, not my first choice, but it turns into a super wholesome story about found family and the importance of asking for help when you need it. There's even a moment where the alpha wolf thing gets debunked. The chuds are going to be so mad. Worth watching. Found family and excessive sci-fi violence. I'll have to check it out. I haven't seen it yet. Though I did like the last Predator movies. The animated one was pretty enjoyable. That was the anthology. And Prey. I really liked Prey. Gothgeek Gaming says, you probably don't remember this, but I joked with my partner that I should get to Bob and be a creation of yours. I think Craig, the Diet Dr. Pepper loving demon. That'd be pretty funny.
Look at me. Look at me.
No, I don't want
Say we have no right to this woman.
to.
Say we have no right to this woman.
No right.
Say it.
We have no right.
Right to this woman.
We have no right
To this woman.
to this woman.
We are judged by Christ.
We are judged.
By Christ.
No.
By Christ.
No.
Okay. I need a third man to come behind there. Take her head, hold it steady, don't let it twist. Come right behind her, right behind her. Hold her head steady. So this
Oh, I would feel so uncomfortable restraining someone.
No.
So we are judged by Christ.
No.
Say it. Say it.
I will.
We command you by Christ.
We are judged by Christ.
See, I can do it too. H Baird with 40 bits says, yeah, these people all have main character syndrome. Not me, though. I'm actually the main character. I've yet to experience anything in my life that didn't involve me in some way. Huh, what a coincidence. Me too.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Say we are judged by Christ.
Say it.
Say it. We're judged by Christ. Say it. Say it. Say we are judged by Christ.
Say it.
We command you to say it. Say we are judged by Christ.
Green Guy says, Satan wouldn't give Bob the honor of smelling their farts. Is that an honor? To smell Satan's farts?
Yeah, I don't
I'd imagine they're quite sulfurous, given the whole hell thing.
want to trip on it. So we are judged by Christ. Say it.
He just likes to eat eggs, though. It's not about the hell thing. He just uses it as an excuse to eat way too many eggs.
Open your eyes, look at me, and say we are judged by Christ.
We're judged.
Look at me. Okay, everybody quiet now. I want quiet. Thank you for praying, but now I'm trying to listen. Look at me.
Thank you for praying, but please shut up.
You said we're judged by Christ. Say we go.
No.
Say we go.
No.
We go. Say we go.
Oh.
Look, get your eyes open and look at me. We go. Say we go. Say we go.
Yelling! Loud noises!
Make him say it, Maria. We go.
We go.
Now.
No.
Say now.
No.
To
No.
the pit. Come out of it.
The coughing's a nice touch.
Go. Go.
Oh, I wouldn't want to be the next person to use that microphone. Yeah, get the mic closer to her retching. That's really important for all of us to hear. Just actually shove it down her throat, Bob. Thanks.
Come on, help me out here. Come on, help me out.
Chicken Bacon Swiss says is this fake orgasm practice? Chicken Bacon Swiss, are you okay? Because I promise you, not supposed to sound like that.
Looser. Go. Go. Come on. In the name of Jesus. All the way. In Jesus' name. All the way.
Hold on to her head. Hold on to her head while she's throwing up.
All the way.
No.
All poison.
No.
Go.
Yes.
That wasn't a real throw up.
No, you cannot.
Go.
You cannot. Ah! Ah! No. No. No.
Go.
You have to go. You said you were going. Leave now. Leave now.
All the way.
Push it out here, Maria. Push it out. Just push that last little bit out. Push it out.
Did I ever see Lucifer? I'd love Tom Ellis to possess me. Link for reference. I've not seen Lucifer, although I saw he cameoed in Crisis on Infinite Earths that CW did. This is a lot. How do I untangle this? The CW had the Flash and Green Arrow shows. They did a Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is sort of a version of a comic book event in which there was a lot of crossover, and in that crossover, Lucifer appeared as a cameo. So that's all I know him from.
When you understand this exorcism in context, it makes a lot more sense. This woman had come a long distance to continue to seek for freedom.
It makes me sad that Dean Cain is such a chud. Because I really liked Dean Cain Superman growing up. I still like Dean Cain Superman, I guess. I just don't like Dean Cain. And it would have been so nice to see him in Crisis on Infinite Earths. But no. Fuck Dean Cain. It's alright, though. They got the Roth Superman, whatever the fuck his name is. He was pretty good.
Now, the other people who ministered to her from our deliverance team, which was halfway across the United States, had done a great job, and they had cast out some demons already. But there was a very powerful stronghold that, for some reason, they had not gotten to. And that's what was showing up. And this young woman was smart enough to realize, hey, I got to get all the help I need, and I need to get to the real exorcist if necessary.
What shuddery did Dean Cain fall into? He's working with ICE right now, if that tells you.
So she took
all of it, yes. Yep, Harold Edelman, just about all of it. Yep. He's doing PR work for ICE, if that tells you anything.
Extraordinary step now.
So about as far from Superman as you could get, ethically speaking. Like, that is basically inverse Supermaning.
I did not know and found this out later. She was about 5 months pregnant at the time I took her through this exorcism. Well, what that
gonna guess she was not a teen then.
That means is not only was she set free, but her unborn child was delivered from the possibility of all types of suffering that could have happened.
Oh, is that how that works? Demons possess the fetus as well? Sure, why not? Why not? Okay, moving on. Oh, this probably isn't going to be great. I don't know if I'll make it through this if it pisses me off enough. But it's a conspiracy theory about the Rob Reiner thing. For those that don't know, Rob Reiner and his wife were murdered recently, like a day or two ago. Sucks. It appears that allegedly their son did it, which is fucked up. I know he's struggled with mental health stuff and addiction. But anyway, here's a video on this.
The latest headline news story is Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle supposedly passing just yesterday. Very famous director, producer, writer in Hollywood. You're not going to make it big.
If it's not immediately coming to mind what he did, by the way, the big ones are Spinal Tap, Princess Bride. Those are like probably the two biggest ones.
In Hollywood, unless...
But he acted. He was in Wolf of Wall Street just as an actor. He did acting and some stuff. He was a producer, director.
You're a Freemason.
Misery, yeah.
In many very big name movies throughout his career, and of course being an actor.
Hot take, North is not a good movie, but I'm nostalgic for it, and I kind of like North, and it's problematic as fuck, but I still kind of like the movie. Sorry.
Himself, according to the official news story, it was his son Nick Reiner that is responsible. I'll just put it in these terms, using sharp instruments, and now he's in custody. Here's a photo of the family all together at her dinner table. Obviously, Rob Reiner and Michelle and the three siblings. And right in the middle is Nick Reiner wearing the black and white for Freemasonry hat. Of course, the Nike
Freemasons on the bingo card. Apparently, you're not allowed to wear black and white ever. Tuxedos? Freemason. You've ever been to a wedding? Freemason.
swoosh for Saturn. And just interesting enough, just take a look at the name, Nick Reiner, and you get your 33 when it comes to consonants.
Gematria on the bingo card.
It's more numbers as we move forward here, but let's take a look here. Once again, always a numbers game. And here is the profile with this one fandom website regarding
Benigami says, I'm home from my first day of security work. Also, F Trump for his contributions to taking a dump on this tragedy. Indeed. And Gothgeek Gaming says, never tell Chud Superman was an immigrant. They get big mad. Yeah, no kidding. You gotta understand. This is gonna sound obvious. It's because Superman's a white guy. They don't see him that way because Superman looks like a white guy. That's why. Glad I could clear that up.
in The Simpsons, and he played a character in The Simpsons. But more importantly here, take a look at the details. I blotted out a few things here, but bottom line is, again, it's always the numbers game. And as you see, around 3:30, of course, the number 33 is always prevalent with these world stage news stories.
Fun fact, 3:30 p.m. is in fact not the number 33. It is the time, 3:30 p.m.
And also I find it interesting, his home in Brentwood. What does this remind you of? And some might call it his home, his mansion. But it reminds me of the O.J. Simpson story, as you see here.
Is it literally just because it's a mansion? That's your connection? Is rich people live in mansions? Okay. Fenigami, thanks for a 50 stream streak.
Obviously with Nicole. And the same exact scenario, the way that Nicole was removed from the
Green Guy says, my fireplace is made of brick. Am I a Freemason now? No, you paid for that fireplace. It wasn't free.
world stage. And again, I'll just say with sharp instruments. And here is OJ's Brentwood estate, his mansion. So you have your commonality. It's like history repeating itself.
Oh, literally. I was making a joke. I thought he was literally going to be like, it's on the same street, or it has a similar look. Literally, his connection is just rich people live in mansions. Doesn't know what a coincidence is on the bingo card? Like, that's not even a coincidence. They're just both wealthy. What?
Once again, why does history repeat itself? It's because the ones that write history love to repeat it. And that gets into the predictive programming aspect with this whole entire news story. Like they always do, they're going to tell us what's going to happen before it happens. This is just 2 months prior with Rob Reiner's interview on CNN. And just take a look at the time. 11:09 in the City of Angels with CNN. Take a listen to what is said here. And again, he's telling us what's going to happen before it happens. Let's take a listen.
Well, Rob Reiner, thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate you being here.
And by the way, this may be the last time you ever see me because, you know, there's only a couple of us that are speaking.
And the interview stops there. But the bottom line is this whole entire time.
I mean, I kind of think the interview probably didn't stop right there. He continued to talk, but okay.
He was talking about Jimmy Kimmel, his good friend, and as always, going after Donald Trump. And this is what I find pretty bizarre. But then again, this is the world stage with Donald Trump. Again, I blotted out some things that are not pertinent, not that relevant with Donald Trump's post on Truth Social when he talks about specifically Rob Reiner. And obviously, for those that know anything about Rob Reiner, he constantly goes after Donald Trump. And to be very concise with this post by Donald Trump regarding Rob Reiner, reportedly due to the
Benekagami says, Chuds don't see Superman as an immigrant for the same reason they get mad when you tell them K-pop fans that K-pop culture takes from black artistic culture, but suffers none of the flack black people do. It's the myth of the model minority.
Anger he has caused.
I still think for Superman, it's the white guy thing mostly. Like, literally, I think the kind of chuds that get mad about Superman or anything like that culture war stuff don't meaningfully engage with it. So, like, unironically, I just don't think they think of Superman as an immigrant at all. They just think of him as white guy superhero. They don't think about, like, his actual mythology, nor do they particularly care unless they can use it to try and further some sort of culture war bullshit.
Others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with mind crippling, blotted out, known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He's known to have driven people crazy by raging obsession of Donald J. Trump. And obviously with this post by Donald Trump, this is meant to incite the liberals to keep the fire burning, to keep the hate alive. The bottom line is this story.
I don't think there's any reason other than Donald Trump is a narcissistic crazy person. Like, there doesn't need to be a reason in the way that you're describing.
That's all it is a news story. Is just simply World Stage Theater. Definitely more to come. And this is going to drag out with the trial just like we had with, obviously, O.J. Simpson in the whole Nicole Simpson episode. Stay tuned. Definitely more to come.
You know, I don't think the trial will be quite as crazy unless Mark Furman would like to somehow return and plant evidence. I don't think they'll have as an uphill battle prosecuting, to be honest. Anyway, continuing.
Einstein's main objective with his relativity theories, and I stress the word theories, was to...
Doesn't understand the scientific method on the bingo card for not understanding what theory means in the scientific context.
To eliminate the well-known and documented idea that there was a substance, the ether, that permeated everything and everyone on this earth.
That had already been falsified by the Michelson-Morley experiment at this point. I think it was the Michelson-Morley experiment. Let me know if I'm misremembering the name. So at the point that Einstein was working, well, there was a gap in our understanding, just as there are gaps now. People had already moved away from the aether concept because it had been experimentally falsified.
And was pivotal in trying to explain the true nature of our reality. This was obviously not what the elite controllers wanted, as the ether was, and still is, absolutely free to access if one
Oh, this is going to get into free energy bullshit.
Has the right equipment. By the way...
Wow, why don't you do it then? If it's so easy, this thing that you're sure exists and anyone can tap into it with the right equipment, do it. Stop making YouTube videos claiming it's real and do it. Oh, you can't? Oh, okay, probably shut up then.
The word equipment also includes you, yourself. But what is the ether? Let's look at its definition in Wikileaks' Believe It or Not. According to ancient and medieval science, ether was also called quintessence, meaning the fifth element, and is the material that fills the region of the universe above the terrestrial sphere.
I didn't know that Luc Besson was in on the conspiracy.
That's the...
I wonder what we could find in Leon the Professional.
Spaceball's definition. So since Einstein's nefarious Masonic ramblings were published in 1905, the idea of an ether has been relegated to the dark and dusty corner of historical failed research and subsequently intentionally forgotten and suppressed. Or was it? By no coincidence, the plane or planet we live on is named Earth, an anagram for ether.
There are so many asterisks to that, like specifically in English, specifically. Oh God. Like even if that were even if that were the case, taking away one of the E's, it wouldn't mean anything specific because human beings make words. So human beings can make any word anything they want. It has no particular meaning beyond what we ascribe to it. So it's not meaningful. I think he thinks it's meaningful to say this, but it's not. And yes, he is ignoring one of the E's.
Now, why would the ancients find it so important to name the place we live on after something that doesn't exist?
Something being an anagram of something is very different than claiming it was named after something. And also, you're using the English spelling. You're using the English spelling of these words, which is not the language they come from. What in the fuck?
Did you know that AOL, America
Incorrect word origin is evidence on the bingo card.
Online's precursor to Messenger was called AIMNA, AIMNA, which stands for Ether Intelligent Messaging Network Architecture, owned by Ether Systems Incorporated.
Well, that kind of explains why Ether is in there, huh?
Also strange to name a technology and company after something that doesn't exist.
No, what are you talking about? People name companies after things that don't exist all the time. What are you talking about? Palantir? What?
As we also know, they love to hide things in plain sight and actually tell us what they are doing in subtle ways. So let's take a look at the world's biggest
Pandora. It's another
internet
good one.
company. Let's search for something on Google. That one is probably not a good example. There it is, right there. Right from Google's
H-Baird says, you all laugh, but AOL Instant Messenger is the reason people between the ages of 36 and 44 can all type ridiculously fast.
inception, this little nugget of information has been visible all the time on every search query. But what does it really mean? The second you hit the enter button on Google search, your query starts its long journey to Silicon Valley and back. From your computer, it is sent to your router or to the plug in the wall. From there, it passes through numerous ISPs, servers, and national backbone routes. Underneath the Atlantic Ocean through cables, through numerous servers again, and ends up at Google servers in Silicon Valley.
Does he think Google only has servers literally in Silicon Valley?
It then sorts through the index of trillions of documents, finds millions of answers, collates them into order, bundles them into a package, and then sends it all the way back again, all in half a second. That's pretty impressive, but also pretty improbable.
Wait, what? I mean, you're incorrect about some of the specifics here, but why is it improbable that someone could basically have a database full of a bunch of stuff that they can search?
The whole 11,000-mile round trip for my search query would take half a second only if there was a single uninterrupted cable from my house to Silicon Valley.
You fool, you foolish fool. There isn't only servers in Silicon Valley. I imagine they have both their own server farms all around the world, but they might rent out space from like Amazon Web Services or something like that. I don't know the makeup of Google's enterprise. I'm not going to pretend I do. But is it really that hard for him to understand that they don't have one central location where Google search happens? That's crazy that he thinks that. Fenekagami says, this is the God's Not Dead. How can you hate something that doesn't exist argument all over again? I hate Sasuke Uchiha as a character. It doesn't mean he exists. I don't know who that is.
Which there obviously isn't. What most people think, as I did, is that the reason these searches come back so fast is because it is cached or saved already in your local area ISP server. In reality, that information has only been indexed by your local ISP. The same as your library card catalogue tells you where to find the book, not what's in it. One could argue that Google has national servers set up in all countries, therefore reducing the transmission times. But
I mean, that's not even really, it's just true? That's just true.
Try searching for an independent small website with a local server from a country across the world from you. It still only takes a second or so to gain complete access.
Okay? And? Like, he's literally gonna say they're using the Aether. I know he is. I see where this is going. It's just very funny that he's so astounded by the internet that he imagines it must be using some sort of magical network of energy or something because he can't believe that, like, networking is a thing.
Considering the huge amount of hubs, switches, LANs, WANs, nodes, servers, gateways, ISPs, bridges, protocols, and thousands of miles of cable your search query goes through, half a second to traverse the entire world in any direction and back again is pretty incredible. And in my
It's cool.
humble opinion, highly unlikely through
Okay, your opinion isn't worth anything here. You call it your humble opinion, but the fact that you made this video tells me you're not that humble. A humble person would go, huh, I guess I don't know that much about networking. I guess I don't know anything about networking, so I should probably just leave it be. Or, if you want to go learn about it, go learn about it. But don't sit here and act like you have some secret knowledge when you know nothing, you absolute dipshit. Like, how embarrassing for you. You put out this video where you're like, I don't know, I don't think the internet can work. I think it's probably magic. And you weren't embarrassed? What is this? Ariel, thank you so much for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you.
a physical network. And what about Skype?
Can't light circle the Earth like 7 times in a second?
Talking to someone.
And we're talking about, like, you know, stuff going over like wires. We're talking about stuff going that fast. Fenekagami says, this man just doesn't understand that light and therefore electricity travels at a speed that is impossible for humans to grasp because thought is slower than light.
Someone halfway across the world in real time. Through all of those hubs and switches and oceanic cables, with little or no latency, how is this practically possible?
Again, if you want to learn that, you could learn about networking. I'm sure there's a lot of information out there about it. But you don't want to do that. You don't want to learn something. You want to tell people your ideas because you don't want to think. You want to know. And by know, you mean you want to just trust any idea that pops into your head, and anyone that says otherwise is full of shit or trying to lie to you. And that's a terrible way to live. Don't do that to yourself. Terradona with 50 bits says, his incredulity over networking is causing me some pain. I'm very sorry.
Only NASA can magically overcome an 11-second latency when singing along with astronauts on the fake station. The fiber optic cables laid worldwide in the...
I don't understand what you're even... Because the person on the space station is doing their song thing, and then people are hearing it on Earth and singing along to that. That doesn't mean they're literally happening at the same time. You're just only seeing one half of the call. Hype Train. If you want to help out the Hype Train, you can use bits or subs.
1980s are allegedly the speed of light, but they need a booster every so often to stop deterioration of the signal. Even though NASA's
You think he's a flat earther? Probably.
starlight travels trillions of miles, dodging planets, galaxies, asteroid fields, and comets, with no light vaccine boost.
It doesn't dodge it. It's just that light we see is light that is unimpeded, because if it was impeded, we wouldn't see it. It's sort of the anthropic principle, but for light, I guess.
The shot required. Another
And wow, he's an anti-vaxxer. I'm shocked. Oh.
little peculiarity is that the internet as we know it today started off in the 1970s. Back then it was called the Ethernet. Another one of those baffling coincidences. As is usual in our research, going back to the time of free-thinking independent scientists will usually produce the answers that have been hidden by our corrupted scientific institutions. Back when free thought was cherished and not censored.
People back then would have thought you were a dipshit too. These people want to imagine an era where people would have understood them. People would have believed them. Do you know when trust in like institutions and science were really high? Back then. I promise you, people would have thought you were a dipshit back then too, and they would have been right. Hydrate. Will do.
We can find a plethora of old books, papers and studies on the luminiferous ether, all describing the elastic properties.
Ladies, make the recipe of oatmeal, chia, yogurt, and this ingredient from the refrigerator. That
is the density, the speed, etc.
Sites, out-of-date source, or sites, whatever, we haven't had this space in a while. Sites defunct source, whatever that is.
What about etherons? Huh? My sentiments exactly. To fully understand the etheron concept, then this book, which is linked in the description box, must be read and understood. A daunting task, I might add, but it does show us the speed of these little critters. 1.57 times.
Sir, all of this has been debunked. The Aether isn't real. These people's work has been shown to be incorrect. That happens in science. I'm a little sad for them that they put so much work into models that were incorrect, but it is nonetheless something that happens. So here we are. You are now citing defunct sources from over 100 years ago.
The speed of light, which galaxy brain Einstein said was the fastest thing in the universe. Wrong again, bro.
No, the Aether people were wrong. You idiot. The Aether people were wrong. I don't, like, is there a word sufficient to express how narcissistic you have to be in order to call Einstein a dipshit? Like, I can't even begin to express how confounding and frustrating it is listening to someone foolish try and act like they are smarter than a very smart person. Jade Monkey, thanks for 25 months, says, because I'm just so smart. Smart. 85% to level 2 on the hype train.
Now, the fantastic speeds of worldwide instant communication becomes a little clearer. Now, also, the concept of quantum physics becomes clearer as well.
Does
Two
it?
things can exist at two different places at the same time as they suggest. This theory never sat well with me, but if the time it took to move a signal
Good thing you're not a physicist.
through the ether was so infinitesimally small, then it would seem that they do indeed coexist. So now our Google search query's 11,000 mile journey only takes 0.00001 of a second. Put a few local hubs, nodes and the cheap router you got from Aldi along the way, and we are now getting much closer to the half a second or so that they show us. So if we can transmit seamlessly and autonomously through the ether, then why all the networks and cables and stuff?
Because that's the actual real thing that does it. You fool. You foolish fool.
data harvesting, and control.
They can't data harvest from the aether?
You didn't think they'd let us speak to each other in private, did you? The internet is just the tool that is used to access, utilize, and organize the ether.
What? Okay, but here's the thing. No! You could literally talk to any IT person whose speciality is networking, and I'm sure they could explain this to you. I wish I knew more about networking so I could yell about this.
Etheric technology has been with us for decades and has been used by all the tech giants for extreme amounts of monetary gain. Have you ever known who was calling before you picked up the phone? Have you ever had that feeling that somebody close to you is in trouble? And what about the dog who always knows when it's time for walkies? Yes, the dog one has been scientifically studied. Dr. Rupert Sheldrake called this the morphic fields, or the science of morphogenetics, which we—
Your dog just can vibe out what time it is, you idiot! What are you talking about?
propose is nothing more than the luminiferous ether at work. Have a think about this. How many times has your cell phone call been cut off, or keeps breaking up, or just hangs up on its own when the signal becomes weak? How many times does this happen, even though you're just talking to your mate who lives 300 yards away from you? Yet
That's because it's wireless. That's because it has to connect to local towers. That's because it's technology that needs to be encapsulated in a very tiny space that is your phone. The protocols that run the signal between your phone and a cell phone tower is not the same as a as a hardwired internet connection. That's why. Are you serious? Kagami with 40 bits says, I now believe that the greatest sin of our education system is the fact that it allows people to be shielded from feeling like they're stupid, instead of teaching people to channel that feeling into being less stupid. It's like how a great actor doesn't learn to not be embarrassing while performing, they learn to not get embarrassed at ridiculous things they're doing. Yeah. H. Baird says, a morphogenic field, eh?
I'll do my best, Kimberly.
It's morphin' time!
I wish I could just watch Power Rangers with you guys. That'd be a fun job. But copyright law, eh.
in the background, you're streaming a high-definition 4K movie with 6-channel Dolby audio on your computer with no glitches and in stunningly good quality.
Is that Paul Rudd getting his dick sucked? Okay.
Your phone is using the cell towers we see dotted around. Your router, however, is reading and writing directly to the ether.
No, it's not.
The amount of data for a simple phone call is just a small fraction of the data transfer needed to stream a high-def movie in real time.
Like, does he understand that, like, the signal, like, wavelengths, like, the actual signal that your cell phone uses is intentionally so as not to interfere a different kind of signal than your Wi-Fi, right? They occupy different places in the spectrum, right? And therefore, they have their own setbacks and benefits, right?
So why is one so good and the other not so much? Two different systems.
Who owns Power Rangers? Hasbro.
One using radio
They are currently in talks with Disney to do a reboot.
frequency technology and the physical network. The other
Without Super Sentai, by the way, because Super Sentai is on hiatus for the next 10 years. And I don't think Power Rangers can work without Super Sentai, so I don't think that's going to be good.
Just blatantly using the ether right under our noses.
Transphobia, transvestigation on the bingo card for that image.
With the advent of app-based phone calls like Skype, WhatsApp, Viber, etc., we saw the gradual transfer of service from network-based communication to ether-based. Did you ever notice that when you do get a good connection on these apps, the quality is way better than the old phone calls?
It's because they're using Wi-Fi. It's because a lot of them are using Wi-Fi.
Sometimes it's as if the other person is in the next room. In essence, or quintessence.
Fun fact, you can usually turn on Wi-Fi calling these days too, if you want.
Essence, they are. If the tech giants know about this, then who else knows about it? And who else uses it?
Literally, no one would be able to keep this a secret. It would not be something that could be kept secret. This is ridiculous.
Ever wondered how the USGS can detect the epicenter of earthquakes out in the middle of nowhere? Or how about thousands of miles out into the ocean?
They're detecting seismic waves that travel. They're waves. They don't only exist at the epicenter of the disturbance. They travel outward in waves.
With pinpoint accuracy. Where is this vast, all-encompassing network of Richter scale sensors that can pick up small tremors at any point on our vast, flat, green Earth?
If I showed it to you, would you care? I know you wouldn't, because, like, let's say that does exist. I have no idea how seismometers, is that what it is? Seismometers? How they work. I don't know how many there are in the world, but let's say there were. Let's say there were a lot. Would it make you feel better? Probably not, because you just want to think you found a special secret thing. You don't care about the reality of the situation. You care the reality that you can make out of the situation.
And the mighty oceans. These events are being read directly from the ether with a technology that they've kept very, very tightly hidden from us. Back to good old Galaxy Brain and his main objective. Einstein was lauded as the greatest scientific mind ever because he did exactly as he was told by his Masonic overlords and dismissed the very real ether in favor of his psychological gobbledygook.
Are they aware that he fled Germany? Like, if he thinks that this is all part of some plan, why do they think that Einstein fled Germany? You know what I mean? Like, how does his entire life fit into this story?
Theories. Much to the pleasure of the rich elite, who could now do as they've done with all of the Earth's rich and abundant free energy sources.
And as we all know, before World War II, rich people weren't a problem, and there was no income inequality. Feudalism, what's that?
They could sell it.
For the record, I am aware
experiencing
that feudalism was not adjacent to World War II. I'm just using it as a historical example of income inequality. Okay, what's next?
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Dot from Dot Me Now Coaching and Entertainment for coaching my links are down below. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the 12 planes in the Omniverse, specifically what planes actually are and how they tie into the concept and the structure of the whole entire Omniverse. If that sounds good to you, I would like to ask that you like this video, subscribe if you're new, and if you see the option to, you could even hype up this video and support your boy even more. I'd really appreciate it. Help get the message out.
Yeah, boy. Yes, dimensions beyond our own on the bingo card. Fenigagami with 40 bits says, like 80 to 90% of conspiracy and conservative thought is just them petulantly saying, I'm not stupid, you're stupid. I perfectly understand the world and universe. I'm not tiny and insignificant like spoiled children. Yep. Welcome to the human experience. I really hate a lot of people. Lance, with 29 months, says, wow, that's a lot of months. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and I hope you all have a great season overall. I hope you do too.
There, let's get right into today's video. All right, so what exactly is a plane? You see, the word plane can refer to a level of existence, and that is exactly what the planes are. Different levels of existence, different levels of creation. Now, Right now, we are inside of an omniverse, right? This creation can be called an omniverse. Now,
you might as well just say cosmos at that point, because you're basically saying omni is everything, verse. So basically, you might as well just say the cosmos. It's everything that ever is and ever was and ever could be.
what does the word omniverse actually mean? The word omni pretty much means all. A verse is pretty much a pattern of vibration, right? So the omniverse is pretty much all patterns of vibration. And
this whole pattern of vibration thing, I swear it came from comic books. I swear this comes from the Flash comics, because in DC Comics, universes are separated by like vibrational patterns, and the Flash can go between the different universes by vibrating at the correct frequency. And I swear this is where all this comes from. I don't know where else it comes from, because it's like right on the nose. It's exactly how it works in fiction. So I think these people are just stealing from DC Comics. Vibes-based conspiracy theory? Yes. Dillis Filler with 40 bits says it's like string theory, but stupid.
Understand.
So string theory?
And that when it comes,
I don't know enough about string theory to shit on it. That just sounded like it would be the appropriate response in my head, because I'm snarky.
Comes to creation is based upon frequency and vibration, right? So
take that, Michio Kaku. Fucking hate you, Michio Kaku. Eat shit.
Planes are different levels of creation which hold their own frequency, right? Now, the 12 planes are the physical plane, the etheric plane, the astral plane, the akashic or the mental.
Don't forget the Underdark
plane, the spiritual plane, the architectural plane, the eternal.
There's a whole architecture plane. Wow, is it just buildings and stuff?
Plane, the celestial plane, the divine plane, the primordial plane, the absolute plane, and the transcendental plane. And then you have source after that, right? So these are 12 main levels of creation, 12 main levels of the omniverse, which all hold their own unique frequency. And there's different connections between planes, right? So let me show you guys this picture real quick, right?
Oh, by the way, this is random, but while I'm thinking about it, we are going to do the unboxing sometime next week. I'm not sure what day. Probably the 26th or the 27th we're going to do the unboxing. So if you'd like to get me anything for the unboxing, here's the wish list again. You guys also know the P.O. Box. I already have gotten a bunch of stuff from you guys. I have a big pile, a big stack of wish list stuff ready to open. So very excited. Cool beans. Thank you in advance to everyone who sent me stuff, by the way. Appreciate ya.
Boom. So inside this picture, I have a drawing of the omniverse, right? Of course, 13 is not an actual plane, that's just source. But I drew it like this because this shows you different connections. And this isn't even all the connections, right? But you have these top two circled, right?
Graphic design is his passion.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You couldn't even use different colors. I feel like colors would have helped differentiate the different connections. It doesn't matter. It's all bullshit, but still.
Necessary connection.
The Underdark is not a plane. It's just underground. Can you tell I'm very good at D&D? I'm so good at it.
Because these are the higher planes and the lower planes.
Literally had fucking delusions surrounding D&D, and I can't even get the lore right. That's embarrassing.
Right. And then plane number...
What are you going to do?
7 is the middle. Plane number 7 is where your spirit exists at. So your spirit is literally the middle between the higher and the lower planes, right? You also have these 3 main circles right here, right? These are pretty much octaves, right? So planes, really 13 is not a plane, but I'll just say plane 13. Plane 13 through 9, they are linked together in frequency, right? Of course, every single frequency is different, but...
Where does he think this information is coming from, by the way? Like, he's just talking, but he's not citing anything. Where does he think this information is coming from?
These have a certain link in frequency. So do planes 9 through 5. So do planes 5 through 1. But here's what I mean when I say I don't even show all the connections. Because planes 3 through 7 have a connection. Planes 7 through 11 have a connection, right? So there's mad connections. These are some of the
mad connections.
Basic ones, right? Now also, This might be hard to tell, but there's also these harmonics, planes 1 through 3, 3 through 5, 5 through 7, 7 through 9. That's where you get this picture of body, soul, and spirit, you know? These are certain planes of existence that you exist on, right? Pretty much your body, and by the you have outer planes and inner planes, right? You have a way to relate to the planes outside of yourself and a way to relate to the planes inside of yourself, right? Outside yourself, you have the physical world. When it comes to you, you have your actual physical body, but the body is also composed of a certain energy and the ego. That's why one word for the body is a whole entire avatar, because the avatar also implies the fact that there is a character within inside of that body. There's a character inside that vessel, right? And that character is also part of the harmonics of the soul. And then that soul is part of the harmonic of the spirit. But even when you look at it, right, even though you could split all 5 and 3, you could also combine them. This is how you get merging the soul with the body, because they also, although they're separated by harmonics, they're still inside the same octave. You feel me? Which is what
I don't feel you. I'm deeply confused.
That's what this circle down here is. That circle's planes 1 through 5, right? So I'm telling you this because there's different connections between, for even with planes 4 through, oh, my fault. My fault. This is what I'm showing you is actually part of a way bigger PowerPoint that pretty much goes into,
yeah, word salad on the bingo card,
to breaking down the different, it breaks down all the aspects of the Omniverse. It's not done yet. There's a lot of slides inside here, best believe it. But yeah, and this slide isn't even done. The slide that y'all just seen, the fuck? Yeah, this is not even done. But yeah. So what I was saying is, even planes 2 through 4, 4 through 6, 6 through 8, these kind of deal with like structures and stuff like that. I talk about these things deeper on Patreon, right? Like I already broke down every single plane on Patreon, what different beings
he has a Patreon. Lovely.
Exists there, what that consciousness is like and stuff like that. I also made a video about,
speaking of which, we're gonna do a patron and YouTube member only live show Saturday. No, wait, Saturday we're doing Pissmas. Sunday.
Different levels of Omniverse manifestation, because when it comes to the Omniverse, right, the Omniverse is split off into arcverses. Arcverse is a great pattern of vibration, right? The arcverses are made of harmonics, right? So 13 through 11, that is a great pattern of vibration. All these planes have their own individual.
Which planes will it be on? It will be broadcast simultaneously throughout the entire Omniverse.
Vibrations, right? Even though 13.
By the way, we are doing Pissmas Saturday, so do whatever you need to prepare yourself mentally for that.
Is not a plane, it doesn't vibrate. It's connected.
I respect everyone who doesn't show up for Pissmas, but I respect everyone who shows up even more. Stone Corbell says, back in the day, we just called this world building.
With these planes down below, 12 and 11, you feel me? So plane number 12 has its own frequency. So does plane number 11. So does plane number 10. But those frequencies can be joined. For example, theta, like, let me look at something real quick, right? Hold up. All right, so I just looked up something, right? It says that theta waves are typically in the 4 to 8 hertz range, though some sources place it slightly lower at 3.5 to 7.5. Now, here's my point, right? Let's just do 4 to 8. 4 to 8, right? That is a group of frequencies which are connected, and they're called the theta state. However, 4 hertz, 5 hertz, 6 hertz, and etc. Those are all different hertz that might have slightly distinct experiences to themselves, right? 4 hertz and 5 hertz are not the same exact shit, but they're part of the same frequency range when it comes to theta waves, right?
Nemosaurus says, Saturday isn't going to work for me. I have nothing else I need to do that day.
So these are all unique frequencies, but they're part of the same harmonic, right? This is called the hyperverse, you see? Then you have planes 9.
The hyperverse. I like just appending things to verse. Sounds great, doesn't it?
Through 11, right? That is another great pattern of vibration, right? All these different vibrations, because arc means great, verse is a pattern of vibration. You know what I'm saying? So it's a great pattern of vibration, right?
I gotta look up the etymology of verse, because I can't even tell if that's anything close to the correct etymology.
At planes 11 through 9, these have a certain connection. That is the superverse. 9 through 7, they have a connection. That is the megaverse, right? Then you have 7 through 5, the metaverse. 5 through 3, the multiverse, right? 3 through 1, the universe, right? And then when it comes to harmonics, this shows how the...
Okay, so let's see. Universe, original Latin vertere, which was Latin for turned, which was added to uni, Latin for one, so it was one turned. Universis came out of that, which is combined into one whole. And there's also the Old French universe and Latin universum, which came from universus, which was, again, combined into one whole. So I don't know where he's getting this idea that verse has anything to do with vibrations. I can't find anything about it. That was, bear in mind, about 10 seconds of Googling. But from what I can tell, that's not the correct etymology of, like, verse as a suffix. Unstable Deadbeat with 100 bits says, Hyperverse may kind of connect to your Flash theory. Hannah, DC Comics has Hyper Time that was introduced in the Flash comics. Well, there you go.
The hyperverse and the superverse are linked. The hyperverse eventually makes the superverse, then the superverse makes the megaverse, right? Which is why, although I'm circling 13...
The Omegaverse, you say? I don't understand that reference and couldn't make a joke about it.
Through 9 and 9 through 5, 11 through 7 are also a connection. That shows you how the megaverse, or that shows you how the superverse becomes the megaverse. You see what I'm saying? So, and I actually talked about that on Patreon today, about how you have the hyperverse that becomes the superverse, and I talk about what happens on every single plane, which leads to that creation and stuff like that. You feel me? So yeah, bro. Now these other circles, right, where you have like 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3, these show the transition between transitory planes and stabilizing planes.
He's using it as a suffix. I know it's not literally a suffix, it's just an abbreviation of universe turned into a suffix, but it's the way he's using it.
Pretty much,
H-Baird, sorry I missed your bits, let me look. Said, plane 10 is women's lingerie, plane 8 is cookware, plane 9 is where you resuscitate dead people for some reason.
Odd number.
Oh, I missed this too. Gothgeek Gaming says, do we have to sign up for a frequency class first in order for Pissmas for our bodies to align with the Pissmas dimension? Your body is already Pissmas ready. You were born ready for Pissmas.
Number of planes, right? Odd number of planes, those are stabilizing planes. Even number of planes are transitory planes. Funny enough, also, even numbers relate to femininity, and masculine numbers relate to...
Oh, you're fine depraved ambiance. Masculine numbers? Wow. Gender-brained over here. Giving numbers genders.
Or odd numbers relate to masculinity. So...
What? Okay, I'm not allowed to be trans, but numbers are allowed to be gendered. That makes sense. Making a lot of sense, cis people. Thanks.
The first plane is actually a masculine plane. You know what I'm saying? Although there's masculine and feminine energy inside of all the planes. Don't mistake that. But you could see the physical plane as a masculine plane. The second one as a feminine plane. Third one as a masculine. Fourth one as a feminine. So on and so forth, right? I haven't fully, although on Patreon
Nemesor says, some folks think verse and universe means word, as in the verses of a poem. Creationists have claimed the word universe means one word, proving God spoke the world into existence. That doesn't make any sense. Like, there's got to be a word for this. Maybe I'll coin a word. I'll have to come up with it. But this idea that certain people get in their heads that, like, words are magic, and whatever word is used to describe something has to have some universally intrinsic connection to the reality of the object the word signifies. Does that make sense? Like, it's like people don't understand. People just make up words, and they start getting used, there's no check on reality to make sure that the word you're using accurately describes the thing it's symbolizing. You know what I mean? It can be anything. It's just noises we make with our mouths. Dillis Filler, thanks for 160 bits.
Definitely broke down on Patreon the difference between transitory planes and stabilizing planes.
Something like etymological, it's like they think everything has etymological perfection. I don't know how else to describe it.
But I haven't gotten into like feminine versus masculine. Although it deals with transitory and stabilizing, the dynamic of masculine and feminine between planes is something I got to talk about. So if you're on Patreon, be on the lookout for that. But I want to make this video because we need to understand that.
Well, that's also a pretty good one. On YouTube, someone says I suggest etemo-transcendentalism. That's pretty good. Etemo-transcendentalism. That's pretty good.
There are levels to existence, right? There's these different frequencies that separate different aspects of existence. And although these frequencies could be separate, they also link together in some extents, right? So like, for example, although I'm talking about 12 planes and then source, really it's just one omniverse. So you could see it as just one creation, the omniverse. You know what I'm saying? Like they all combine, but you could also separate them too. You feel me? So that's like, I just want people to understand what I mean when I talk about the planes of existence and the omniverse. This is what I'm talking about. Creation is pretty much a whole bunch of frequencies. That's why omniverse is all patterns of vibration. It's just
they think language is prescriptive and not ad hoc and practical. Yeah, there you go.
Creation is just...
It's a good succinct way to describe it.
The pattern of vibration. It's a series. It's multiple patterns of vibration. And the omniverse encapsulates all this. The omniverse would be if I circled fucking really 12 through 1, because 13 is not included. 13 is source. But then again, you could see the omniverse as the body of source, because source is creation, but also transcends creation at the same exact time.
None of that makes any sense. You're just reinventing Christianity. Come on, at least reinvent an interesting religion.
But what I'm trying to say is, right, creation is simply just a series of different patterns of vibration. The omniverse refers to all those patterns of vibration in a unified way. That's why creation could be called the omniverse. This could be called the great omniversal construct. And then you have the earth construct, and the earth construct literally reflects the omniversal construct. That's why people talk about the 12 realms with the earth, or with this earthly construct. It's reflecting the 12 planes of the omniversal construct. You see what I'm trying to say?
No.
So, yeah, bro. When you understand the planes,
yeah, bro,
you understand the different levels of creation which you can experience, and the different levels which you exist on, and different levels of yourself that exist on different frequencies. And you also understand what other planes they interact with via harmonics and arcverses, as well as octaves. You kind of see the interaction between all that and how certain parts work together or don't work together. You feel me? So there's a lot to understand from this. I talk about this way more on my Patreon and stuff like that, so go there if you want to see more about it. I'm gonna end this video right here. Love you all. Catch my next video. Peace the freak out. You smell me.
His catchphrase is "you smell me"? All right. What else do we have on the bingo card? Jesus Christ. We have vibes-based conspiracy, word salad, Hannah mentions Blu-rays, flat earth. Do we still have Cites a defunct source? Because we definitely have that. Dimensions beyond our own. Clinton's, Biden's, Obama's. Cites a defunct source. Transphobia, transvestigation. Incorrect word origin is evidence. Anything else I'm missing? Illuminati, Freemasons, Cabal. Idiot says they're a genius for the Aether guy. I'm going to say no, because he was at least trying to have a faux sense of humility. I don't think it was real, but he at least tried. I don't think we had spurious symbology yet, no. Though we do have gematria, and I don't think I marked that off, so make sure you mark gematria.
Yeah, they try to call it a coloring book, but they can't last 5 minutes. They can't even last 1 minute. You know what I mean? Because the symbols tell the truth. Novus Order Seculum. Our New World Order is a success. It's not on the way. It's already here. And the symbology just on the back of the dollar bill tells you everything you need to know. It's in Latin symbology and Latin language, because Latin is not the language of the... It's not a...
No, this isn't Rapture Guy.
...dead language. It's the...
Oh, sorry, there was a tip I missed. Just a Peach says, I was watching an arrest video earlier and the drunk guy kept saying, you hog-tied her. Why did you hog-tie her? The sergeant had to ask him what he thought hog-tie was because he was so confused. The lady was just handcuffed after pushing the other cop. Yeah, hog-tie has a specific meaning.
Language of the dead, right? And even on the back of the dollar bill, it depicts a flat earth dome and a flat earth perspective.
It doesn't.
Because when you look and watch the sun go over the horizon, this would be the perspective on the way your eyes work, because the sun slowly goes away. And if you dig in deep, all the code is there. You know, God is the name of a bank account, treasury, linked to our birth certificates, social security cards. That's why in Timothy 6:10 it says, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet after.
Well, he's crazy. I'm a little worried about the music in that video, so I'm gonna move on.
Color with me, guys.
Same guy.
Match the colors. Green, blue, red. Do you know what colors go where? Can you match the colors to the logo for NASA? Let me help you. Don't forget the snake tongue.
Oh, this guy's like crazy.
Don't forget the snake's tongue. If you look closely, the snake's tongue weaves through NASA, like it weaves through your mind. Splits words, snake tongue, speaking to you in code, in the black arts of black magic, the dark arts of black magic. That is what is red. That's what's red in the NASA logo. Can anybody tell me where blue goes? Okay. This is where the blue goes. NASA. Hiding the firmament. You know? Making you think you're in a deep nothingness space. Hiding the blue waters above. The blue water, the firmament above, you guys. Don't let NASA deceive you. Their logo literally
Green guy says this sounds like me. Oh, poor Just a Peach.
represents Satan. It's the snake's tongue. Their oath is to deceive you, to take over your soul, to take over your mind, to make you think you're nothingness. You're in a nothingness vacuum space. And the green, of course, goes on the snake. Little snake. Let's color our snake green. Happy little green snake. Right? He's happy. He makes $60 million a day off of you guys.
For those that don't understand what the fuck he's talking about, the NASA logo has like a delta in it. And conspiracy theorists think that the delta is supposed to be a serpent tongue because they think that NASA is an evil organization meant to hide God from people by convincing them that the Earth is round and that space exists. You gotta understand, these are people that think the Earth is flat and that space is not real. They think that biblical literalism is the only reality. So they think that NASA and science writ large only exists as an exercise to try and hide the reality of God from people. Again, that's deranged. That's crazy cuckoo pants, obviously. But it is what they believe. Incorrectly.
60 million. 60 million today, 60 million yesterday, 60 million the day before, 60 million the day before, 60 million the day before. Every single day, $60 million a day. You're pushing 80 years now. What? We're pushing generations of wealth here. NASA.
Not really. Most of it goes to the paychecks of people who work there. It's not going to one guy. It's going to people's paychecks. These people don't understand how expensive payroll is, do they? It's like the number one expense for every organization is payroll. Dillis Filler says, the actual explanation of the symbolism. From the wing of the space shuttle to the top of the NASA homepage, the agency's official insignia is probably its best-known symbol. And there it is. The round red, white, and blue insignia, nicknamed the Meatball, was designed by employee James Mordarelli in 1959, NASA's second year. The design incorporates reference to different aspects of the mission of the National Aeronautics and Space Association. The round shape of the insignia represents a planet, the stars represent space, the red V-shaped wing represents aeronautics. The singular orbit around the agency's name represents space travel. You're telling me that it's not evil? I'm aghast. I can't even believe it. Where did he go? I absolutely lost where that tab was. Maybe for the best. Nope, there he is. Lance with 100 bits says, now we should do how much the Department of Defense uses every day.
The Nasha. To deceive. Nasha. Literally translating to deception.
Nope.
To mind control.
Someone was listening to Nathan Thompson.
And deception. It's time to wake up, my friends. It's time to
Well, that cut off too early. I know someone asked how Daniel Pratt's doing. Let's find out.
How's it going, folks? Ooh. Let's get it on there, right.
Green guy says, God is hiding. They're so embarrassed by what they made. And they should be. I hope they think about this and do better next time.
Yeah.
Create a species with better empathy or something.
See how everybody's doing.
Oh yeah, thinly veiled anti-Semitism from the Nashaw thing.
I remember my first video I put out on YouTube. It's what, January 15th, 2015, I believe it was. And at the end of that video, I said, you think it's crazy now? It's only going to keep getting crazier. And wow. Don't think anybody's going to argue with me on that one. Oh, so much we could talk about. But everything is just chaos. Deception. I mean, yeah, you want to talk chaos magic, it is flying hot and heavy everywhere. So, you know, again, I'm still waiting for anything to get me off the Pike letter and seeing it just unfold before our eyes.
The Pike letter is a letter allegedly written by Albert Pike, a Freemason, Confederate, and potential member of the KKK that is often cited by conspiracy theorists.
Being brought to total financial, political, social, and physical exhaustion. And we ain't seen nothing yet. They're just getting started still. So, just watching.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it. The Pike Letter is sort of like the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. It's a faked document conspiracy theorists use to justify a lot of their beliefs.
Video. And, this is all stuff we've talked about, the Real ID and Drumpf, and anybody that's been on my channel has heard for 10 years since I started my channel. Damn near 11 now years. I was on Drumpf. Many of us were on Drumpf from jump before he was ever elected. I called. I knew he'd be elected. How?
No, he's not a fan of Trump. He's not a fan of anyone in power. He's a nonpartisan conspiracy theorist. Don't get me wrong, he holds a lot of right-leaning political opinions. Like, I don't think he's okay with immigration and stuff, but he doesn't like power. He is very distrustful of anyone with power.
Glory to God. All I did was open myself to accept what I could see and hear. And he gave me the eyes and ears to do so. And to this day, I was kind of thinking today, it just kept ringing in my head. What does it matter? Flat Earth. What does Flat Earth matter? Still got to go to work tomorrow. How's that working out for you? Yeah, so do I. Sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder, knowing the Earth is flat and the globe is a total joke. Propaganda, cradle to grave deception to get us right at the point we are now. We're seeing the effects of a world that rejects God and His creation.
The vast majority of people on Earth are religious. The vast majority of people on Earth believe in a god of some kind. The biggest religious group on the planet is Christians. I am so tired of religious people blaming atheists for shit we have no power over. What are you talking about? This is on you, friendo. This is on the religious. I'm sorry to break it to you. We do not have institutional power, period.
What does it matter? Because none of this stuff they're doing right now would fly. That's why it matters. Flat Earth truly is. I mean, not to be...
Just a Peach says, please tell Twitch chat the water heater is in a different state since he moved.
Blasphemous, but Flat Earth in the context of understanding it's a creation, then seeking who the true creator is and acting accordingly would have stopped all this, would have stopped the infinitely duped putting their...
I think he's still a security guard, yes.
...faith in men, be it financial advisors, political.
Tori says, oh yeah, tell YouTube chat we love and appreciate them. Take that, YouTube chat.
Puppets, religious leaders, healthcare leaders. We've seen time and again. They're all lying, deceiver, greedy, serving their father, the devil.
Trey says, this actually is something that's come up in my research of people who desire to end the world. They end up concluding that any percentage of the population that doesn't hold their very specific beliefs is part of a problem that leads to an untenable position for society.
Period.
I'm so excited for Trey's content, you have no idea.
So yeah, today, what does it matter? What does it matter? That's all I could hear. And just to think how all these truthers came out and attacked the flat earth and the flat
I actually don't know his opinion on RFK Jr.
earthers, and just the irony to this day kind of...
I would assume not positive, because again, he's very skeptical. He's very distrusting of anyone with power, which would include the Kennedys.
Makes me chuckle that that's what would have stopped it. Understand?
Trump's going to broadcast from the Oval Office at 9 Eastern. Oh, fun. Is he going to declare war on Venezuela? Cool beans.
They're all at the highest levels in it together, and then it trickles down from there, and the people that they're controlling think they're doing the noble thing on each side, or every side. Again, social, political, whatever division they've got us in. This is one you don't want to be right about. There's no joy in bragging, told you so on this stuff, you know? Other than we may be one day closer to his return. And please, Jesus, rain fire on these demons. Torch this place.
Jesus Christ! Uncomfortable laughter.
That's my prayer daily, because it is a cesspool. Just even looking at everything anymore, it's so insane. Such clown level, just... Everywhere I look, I can see a great falling away. I can see people lovers of themselves and idol worship, and just everything is so disgusting. I'm just watching this video about the cars now. Now all the cars are going to be subscription service. I'm sure you've all heard of this. Want to remote start your car that has the option when you buy it, but now you're going to have to pay $8 a month to do it. Or
doesn't understand their problem is capitalism on the bingo card.
Or, you know, this other one. So this lady I'm watching a video, she's talking about some artist. She doesn't say which artist. And so, you know, take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. But she just says this artist used the car in a video. And the car manufacturer took offense to this and was so offended that they dare use this car in their video that they shut the damn car off in the middle of the highway and disabled it. This is our world. And people to this day, you could tell them that if it's verifiable and true, you could tell someone that and then say, and so, you know, when they get the real ID, if you're not a good little citizen and don't do what they tell you, they'll just cut you. When the financial system's all electronic and they've got it all tied in, they'll just cut you off. Oh, that's silly. You crazy conspiracy. Because they'll do it to your car in the middle of the freeway, but not to your financial. Okay, because do you still think they love you? Living this economy, not listening to the constant gaslighting by that over-bloated orange Lubavitcher clown they've got in the...
Green Guy says, please love yourself. There's nothing wrong with self-care. Yeah, Daniel Pratt needs a lot of that right now. He's not doing well.
White House.
He is very much succumbing to the doomerism and, like, putting a bunch of stuff that isn't even true on top of the doomerism. I know that there are so many things in the world that make you want to doom and make you want to just spiral. I spiral a lot myself. It's not good for you. It's not helpful. It doesn't make you effective at anything. You gotta find ways to cope. You gotta do it. You just have to. Because you can't go around thinking the world is ending every day. You're gonna get yourself, like, off. Like, you gotta be able to get up in the morning and be okay to some degree, you know? Human beings cannot handle being hopeless all the time. You gotta find something.
Telling us it's the golden shower of America, golden age of America. But when you're actually living the real economy out here, do you still feel they love you when your property taxes are going up 500%, when your insurance, health insurance.
Go back 3 seconds. Oh, did he do an overt anti-Semitism? Let me look.
When you're actually living the real economy. Golden shower of America, golden age of America.
Was it before this even? Hold on.
This economy, not listening to the constant gaslighting by that over-bloated orange Lubavitcher clown they've got in the White House, telling us it's the golden shower of America, golden age of America. But when you're actually living the real economy out here, do you still feel they love you when your property taxes are going up 500%?
Was it before that?
Orange Lubavitcher clown they've got in the White House, by that over-bloated orange Lubavitcher clown.
Is that word the word? Because I don't know. I don't know what that word means. Is it some sort of racial epithet about Jewish people? Or ethnic epithet? Okay. Overt anti-Semitism on the bingo card.
They've got in the White House telling us
it's a sect of Orthodox Judaism. Gotcha. Okay. Definitely overt anti-Semitism then.
It's the golden shower of America. Golden age of America.
He's making that joke specifically, Mr. Maximum Austin.
But when you're actually living the real economy out here, do you still feel they love you?
Green Guy says, I live for glass jars with metal lids and my 11 pets. Do you do canning and jarring? Good stuff.
When your property taxes are going up 500%, when your insurance, health insurance rates are going up 600%, to the point where the overwhelming majority of America can't afford health insurance. Right now, we don't have health insurance for our kids because they are young, have good immune systems, and we can't afford it. So we got to keep.
Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. Fennikagami says, always remember that there were points in history that were as bad or worse than now for people living in that time. Some of the challenges were just different, so we don't recognize them sometimes.
Ourselves alive so we can go to work every day to just barely have money to eat and have a roof over our heads and have power. Until that goes up 500% more. Golden age of America. So it's just, like I said, this is not one to be happy about being right. It weighs pretty heavy on your soul. And you got to constantly give it over to Jesus. And keep the faith and keep marching. Keep that full armor strapped. Because like I said, we ain't seen nothing yet. They're ramping up the false flags, the anti-Semitism bullshit.
But didn't he say a thing that's anti-Semitic? I'm so confused. Or does he mean calling people anti-Semites? Like he's afraid he's going to be called an anti-Semite? I'm very confused.
You're sick of it all.
I'm very confused.
Sick of it all.
Hey, Tea Time Tea.
God bless you all. Thanks for sticking with me all these years. I hope you all are doing well. You're all in my prayers. Stay strong. This too shall pass.
He doesn't like being called. That's how you read that?
Endure to the end. Each individual end we have. And that's all we can do. God bless you. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. While I'm gone, Chair will tell you about, The Day the Earth Caught Fire. That's a pretty straightforward title, isn't it? The Day the Earth Caught Fire. It's all in the title. You know exactly what the movie's about. Be right back. Oh, god damn it. Okie dokie, I'm back. Hello, everyone. How we doing? Okay, let's see what's next.
Hey everybody, welcome back for another video. Today we're going to be talking about the last Boy Scout, and our focus is really going to be on the fleur-de-lis and its connection not only with the Boy Scouts, but also showing up on some of these older maps, some of them very infamous in the lost history community, and also on some buildings in the American Midwest.
Spurious symbology is evidence on the bingo card?
That I find really interesting. So it's gonna be jam-packed, so let's get into it. Now, the fleur-de-lis, the origin of the fleur-de-lis has been debated for centuries, a lot of views and opinions, but let's start with the Boy Scouts, because when you look into the Boy Scouts, that is one of their main emblems is the fleur-de-lis, and I believe...
Yeah, it's supposed to, I think it stands for like the three, because the fleur-de-lis has kind of like the middle and the two things off of it. I think it's supposed to be like the three pillars of being a Boy Scout, which is like service to your community, service to yourself, and I forget what the third one is.
The Scouts of America have existed for over 100 years, with the original Boy Scouts being founded in 1908 by this gentleman, Lord Robert Baden-Powell. Now, interestingly, scouting in the US makes up just 5% of the world's population of scouts, but scouting is
It's not that surprising if you know the population of America versus the world.
Represented in 216 countries.
Family, community, and God. Thank you. That's what it is.
Yet all of these organizations use the same French fleur-de-lis as one of their core symbols. So apparently the fleur-de-lis was chosen by this Lord Baden-Powell.
So he's not reviewing the movie? He is not. Toreador says, it's the Triforce, faith, wisdom, courage.
Powell, because it's a symbol that has a similarity to a compass rose, which always points north and shows the scout the way. And we're going to circle...
I thought it was power, wisdom, and courage.
Back to this point, but he's linking it to this compass rose that shows up on some of these maps. And
because like Link is courage, Zelda's wisdom, Ganondorf is the third one. Toreador says, no, really, that's what it is. I'm an old Eagle Scout. Oh, nice.
The fleur-de-lis is at the north point of that compass rose. So that's one of the narratives given. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, compass rose is what you're looking at here in the center of the image, but it's widely recognized graphics symbol amongst the nautical world, used to show course and orientation. And just like so many things that get revived, the compass rose dates back to ancient Greece and Rome. So a lot of the old world is seemingly a reboot of whatever Greece and Rome was. And that same founder of the Boy Scouts, he also had this book, this 1908 book, Scouting for Boys, which doesn't sound so good in today's parlance, but...
Well, you're not wrong about that.
This is one of the older symbols of the Scouts badge from this book from, once again, 1908. And there have been many iterations of the badge over the years, and this is the world crest. Another narrative is that the fleur-de-lis originally was the crest of the French kings. So a lot of different speculation, but that's its connection to the Boy Scouts. So I wanted to switch over to these compass roses, and what you'll find on some of these older maps, at their north point you'll find a fleur-de-lis, even on this infamous map showing California as an island. And I believe this map is from the 1600s, and we're going to touch on this map as well. But here you can see some other examples of the compass rose with the fleur-de-lis at the north point.
Do you think someday a conspiracy theorist is going to do a video about that weird S everyone learned to draw in middle school? Because I feel like this symbol is similar in that it's just kind of a cool symbol that someone came up with and everyone copies because it's just kind of neat. Like, that's it. I think that's it.
And again, it's showing up on a lot of different
Thank you, Chicken Bacon Swiss. Appreciate it.
maps. And here we go. Yeah, we're told the North Star mark was introduced by this individual Portuguese cartographer in the late 1400s. Now, what I find interesting, and I just wanted to share this little tidbit, this is being portrayed in California on this map as an island from 1666, but this is a Dutch map, and we're told the Spanish are the people who actually charted all this area. And
do you think that they correctly charted this? It shows California as an island. Clearly it wasn't correctly charted here. Like, hello? Yeah, as it turns out, this is wildly incorrect, so it makes sense that people who didn't actually do the surveying got it very wrong. Hello?
And we're told they intentionally drew California as an island to throw people off. But then how did...
Very funny if that's the case. I don't know if that's true.
The Dutch also start reproducing these same types of maps showing California as an island. Well, what we're told when you look into it is that it's generally accepted that the Dutch must have captured a Spanish ship and sent the plundered maps to Amsterdam, where they were widely copied. So,
I mean, that makes sense. Stuff like, I think we kind of take for granted these days information because it's so readily available. But like historically, having an accurate map of a place you're going was invaluable. And it was something people preciously guarded because it was their livelihoods to draw these maps and to sell them to people, right? Or to, usually they wouldn't like directly sell them to people. It would be like a cartographer or something would be paid by like the king or something, or whoever, someone in power, to go and do a map of a certain area and do the surveying or have the surveying done and then have it actually put into a map. So like, yeah, it was valuable. It was valuable information.
what we're basically told is the Dutch just captured these Spanish maps and just reproduced this error, is what we're told. So that's the official history, but I thought it was interesting. So I wanted to dig into this a bit more, this compass rose with the fleur-de-lis. And I came across this paper talking about symbolism of the compass rose on these early maps. And one of the maps in particular caught my attention was this map from Pierre Rees. And he's the individual who has some of these really old maps, seemingly showing what people believe is Antarctica. One of these other maps from one of his later works depicts Venice with these compass roses and the fleur-de-lis and Arabic writing on the maps. But it also has the fleur-de-lis, but I don't believe these are actually pointing north in this case. And I thought that was interesting because, again, the whole thing...
Is it pointing towards Mecca? If there's Arabic writing, it might be pointing towards Mecca.
Behind the narrative given with the Boy Scouts is that...
Like, it literally might be giving people information. If it's a map that's, like, for an area where people are Muslim, it would make sense that they have to, like, know roughly which orientation, wherever I am in the city, where is Mecca. It's a guess, I don't know. New Shine Dark, thanks for 6 months. Appreciate your subscription.
Points the way north, and it's supposed to symbolize north. And when you dig into it, you're told the compass rose in Pierre Rees's map of Venice isn't pointing north because of these older nautical charts weren't strictly north up like modern maps. Again, which is fine, but it just sort of puts a little crack in the narrative that they were always pointing north. So I just wanted to mention that. I found that interesting. And the third thing I want to touch on is the fleur-de-lis showing up in some really interesting places like Detroit, Michigan, and one of the largest abandoned high schools in...
That's really not that weird. Detroit, Detroit, is a lot of... The history of Detroit and Michigan has a lot of French, right? Because there were French fur traders and trappers in the area. So there's like a level of French influence in Michigan and Detroit itself. Again, it's called Detroit. Have you seen how that bitch is spelled? If it was French, it would be Detroit. They used to call Detroit the Paris of the Midwest, which is hilarious to me. But no, there's French influence in Michigan, in Detroit, so it kind of makes sense. Also, even if there wasn't, it's just, again, kind of a cool symbol, so I could see it being used architecturally just because.
Michigan, Cooley High School. I do believe it's one of these old world buildings, and it's just chock full of crests and terracotta facades.
Dillis Filler says, ooh, isn't it weird how it's showing up in your chat, too? Ooh, I'm in on the conspiracy.
And
Bunny Girl Bianca, thanks so much for 35 months. I appreciate your subscription.
And it was closed in 2010 due to declining enrollment. And I believe we're told it was constructed in the late 19th.
That kind of sucks because at least the outside of the building is kind of cool. I assume it needs renovation, but that would have been cool if they had kept it because it's a nice looking building. But I get it.
1920s, and this is an image from in and around that period. But yeah, when you look at all the ornamentation on this building, it's just like so many other buildings. But when I was looking at some of the ornamentation, I came across another fleur-de-lis. But this fleur-de-lis, it very much looks like one I've seen in Manhattan.
Moira Soma, thanks for gifting a sub and kicking off a hype train.
And it has...
If you want to help the hype train, you can use bits or subs, but we already had 2 today, so I get it.
Stamen here showing up, which just so happens to be the coat of arms of Florence currently, actually. And it's just in the middle of the, American Midwest.
That's not exact, by the way. I don't know how much of this you guys can see on screen, but it is not an exact reproduction of that whatsoever. Fennikagami with 40 bits says, we literally bought Michigan from Napoleon through the Louisiana Purchase.
Currently, actually.
Yay!
And it's just in the...
Thanks, Napoleon.
Middle of the...
Damn it, I was so close to being French.
American Midwest, Detroit. And again, in an older video, I touched on this building in Manhattan that's also full of this terracotta ornamentation that features some of these similar fleur-de-lis as well. So I thought that was interesting. And
Tori says, literally, Detroit is named after the adjacent strait, Trot, between Lake St. Clair and Lake Erie. That makes sense. Got us over level 1 of the hype train.
Last point I wanted to make is I just wanted to do an image search on one of these crests just to see what it came up with. And the image search gave me some information saying...
Again, he's using AI, which is less than useless for this.
Image displays a terracotta reproduction of this particular family emblem. And it says they were a noble Florentine family. And again, this symbol is the coat of arms of Florence. So I found that quite a coincidence. Now, I couldn't verify this as far as like looking into more images of this family. I couldn't verify.
Dillis Filler says, be grateful the Americas make the French into Les Québécois. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be that. Lance with 100 bits says, anyone just get diagnosed with a sinus infection seemingly out of the blue? I don't feel ill at all, and I would have just chalked up the state of affairs of my sinuses to Midwest winter vibes. Anyone else have this happen? That's weird.
Verify this specific crest, but I just found it, I found it very peculiar that it's this. I didn't prompt this. It just spit out this connection to Florence once again. So again,
you literally did prompt it.
You
sent it a thing and said, tell me what this thing is. That's a prompt.
Up in all sorts of interesting places, and I just thought I'd share it with you guys. So I think that's about all I got for you today. I do want to give a shout out to my channel members. Thank you for your help and support. Greatly appreciated. As well as my patrons. Thank you for all your help and support as well. It's also greatly appreciated. So with that being said, until next time, take care. Bye.
Okay, what else do we have?
Greetings, family, and welcome to Dr. Mumbi Spirituals. My name...
She needs to chill with those filters. Holy shit.
...is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. So I'm going to attempt to answer all the questions you guys have been sending me about dreams. What does my dream mean? Oh, I dreamt of this. Oh, I dreamt of snakes. Oh, I dreamt of whatever. My dream felt so real, and I was in a fight. I met this person. I met this character. So I don't know much about dreams for the normal folk. But when it comes to dreams for the chosen ones...
Oh, she's not a normal folk. She's a chosen one. The self-aggrandizing is kind of disgusting, isn't it?
That is like a major...
Chosen ones require no fewer than 7 Instagram filters to be seen publicly, apparently.
Individual portal and gateway that you use every 12 hours or however many, 16, whatever, every day, let's say, where that you use to go into the real world. Because this life we're living right now, this is the dream, family.
Oh my god, she's inceptioning! She's inceptioning! She thinks we're living in a dream world like Alice through the looking glass, and it's all the dream of the Red King or whatever the fuck happened in that goddamn book. Oh no.
This is the dream we have to connect to literally when the sun rises, let's put it like that, and live, you know.
Can I just say, I've told you guys before, Alice in Wonderland, or Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, depending on what continent you're on, is my favorite book. Through the Looking Glass sucks ass. What was that, Lewis Carroll? What were you thinking? I would say Alice in Wonderland is very clever nonsense, and Through the Looking Glass is just nonsense. So read Alice in Wonderland and avoid Through the Looking Glass. It sucks ass. The Walrus and the Carpenter's okay. The rest is pretty shit. I hate Tweedledee and Tweedledum. They're stupid. And not funny.
Through these vehicles, this dream life. So when we fall asleep, as a chosen one, it's an opportunity to go back to our home planets or planes of existence, to go back to, to go to different planes of existence that we've been.
Oh, we're just completely derealizing. That's not good.
To before, to attend a wedding, to attend a party.
This is a good way to slip into psychosis.
To hang out with friends, to heal, to grab.
Thanks for the hype train, everyone.
Some knowledge, etc., etc. Although it's very hard to take knowledge from there.
Green Guy says, I had a dream that this badass game was 50% off on Steam, and I woke up and realized it isn't real, and I was sad. Like the whole game doesn't even exist? That's a bummer.
And actually use it here. That's why we focus so much as chosen ones on our awakening, on our detoxing of this reality so we can live our true lives. Anyway, so another reason, another place, let's say, that you go when you fall asleep is to other lives. Because if you are a multi-dimensional being, it means that you're having multiple experiences on multiple dimensions. And they say that, like, if you've chosen the human life, there's between 7 to 12 dimensions that you can exist in, which means the life you're having here, there's 12 other yous having different experiences. And only the masters, this is above many people's, spiritual levels. So if you're floating by now, just keep it pushing. Just scroll on, family. But among the masters, you may even have 1 or 2 of you moving in this world at this exact time. One of you is carrying out the mission here, and the other one is carrying out the mission even in your own nation, in your own continent, across the world. That's for the masters, family. The ones they call the ascended masters, because they have mastered all 12 dimensions of existence. Anyway, another reason we dream as chosen ones is, well, what happens when we sleep?
I think the Ascended Masters thing is a realism belief, although it's been adopted by a lot of woo-woo people. Or was it Gnostic? Was it Gnostic or realism that does the Ascended Masters thing? I'm forgetting.
Us choose to heal our karma because we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we may just be dealing with human beings out there. There are certain experiences where you fight with someone, you fall out with someone, something ends prematurely, like you meet someone who you have an amazing connection with and then it ends prematurely.
Oh, theosophy. You're right. I was wrong on both counts. Theosophy.
All these things. And you may not either want to encounter that same being again because you want to just keep it pushing and get to the real agenda that you're here, or it may be someone who, like, you will never have the
Green guy about the game says, the game was Star Trek finds Lord of the Rings planet, Magic versus Star Trek. That actually sounds pretty good. I'm Team Trek. I don't like fantasy very much.
opportunity to meet, but there were a few words, positive or negative or neutral, that you wanted to share with them. And so you will dream of that person, or you will dream of uncompleted experiences, uncompleted encounters. And if that person is also a chosen one, they will meet you in that dream and you will have a dream resolution. That's why sometimes the dream feels so vivid. It's like an experience and you almost feel like that happened to you. But one thing you have to remember, family, is that especially on that level where you're creating experiences in your dream life to resolve things, to experience things or whatever, if something negative happens to you, you control that life. That dream life is under your full control. And so you can command it to bring out a positive outcome, as in you go into the dream and you navigate through the dream. So
but you said the dream world was the real world and we're in the dream.
Someone comes and attacks your home, you are shocked and everything. You go back into that dream when that attack was happening and you come out with bazookas, those bazooka weapons or whatever, guns, bombs, with a full army, and you kill that. So that if there's any residue from that dream, it won't penetrate your real life.
Dream residue is a thing now.
And I'm going to talk about next time how dreams, especially the ones which seem so real, they seem like they're happening here and now, could be juju or spell work or, activated intentional thoughts, which are like arrows sent at you to affect the path, or, it can never affect your destiny, to affect your emotions or your path. But I'll talk about that another time, family. Let me stop there for now. If you have any contributions, I love reading from you guys. Share them below. If you have any questions, share them below, and I'll try to get to them as soon as possible.
Beautiful.
Life is beautiful. Your experiences are in your full control. Move accordingly.
All right. Whatever that was, I guess. That's certainly a thing. All right, we're coming up on 3 hours. I think that's a stream. I think that's a break. I think that's we did it. We did good, youths. We talked about conspiracies. We rapped as a group. We communicated interpersonally. And that's important in this day and age, because things are a nightmare. Actually, better now that my meds are fixed again. But, we did things. We talked. We told jokes. We wore a silly outfit. That's a Hannah stream. We did it. Green guy with a $3 tip says, in the game, Star Trek tech did not work within 50 feet of a hobbit, so they would toss hobbits and shoot them with a catapult, and the hobbit was okay because he had one of those wing gliding suits. If I had the money, I'd give you money to develop this game. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate you hanging out for another episode. We will be back tomorrow, probably for Sovereign Citizens, because it's been a little bit. But yeah, I will be here for the rest of the week, doing streams. I'm excited for it now that my meds are fixed again. And, yeah, should be good. Let's see who we're going to raid, shall we? What's Cooker 28 looking at? Conspiracies?
Yeah, that's what I said before. I am suffragette. And you put the emphasis.
That's apropos. All right, have a great night, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Be cool and stay safe. Have a good night. I'm going to make some mac and cheese for dinner because Mr. Blast bought me like 16 boxes of mac and cheese, which is good shit. All right, have a good night, everyone. See you soon. Bye-bye.